Well, welcome to the Amateur Esports Association. We had a little bit of a delay there, so apologies for not getting the first games on stream, but we have more games coming up. I'm Fizzable, a regular here at the AEA, and joining us for the first time, Royal. How do you do?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Just excited to see some Rocket League. We've been tied really heavily to Fortnite, and we had some Valorant recently. And my bread and butter really is Rocket League. So I'm excited to have Rocket League back on the stream. And you actually have some teams here today. Can you walk us through who you brought?
Yeah. So super excited to get them on the field. I have Drift along with me as well. They're a regular team, so it's good to see them out and about again. I have a couple more new teams as well. We have Astral, which is a new team that just joined recently, so they duoed up today and came to represent. And then last but not least, I have Red Bull Gives You Wings, which are two players that have been playing together for a little while now, and they just created this team for today, so I'm excited to see them out there as well.
Fantastic. And just at the end of our introductions, we get our first goal of the stream here, and it's Funky. Just a nice little dribble and finish. Good little job there. And heads up for the folks at home, we've had trios mostly on the stream in the past. This is a duos tournament, which is going to be completely different vibe gameplay-wise. But I can already tell the level is fairly high here. The speed of the game pretty quick, so liking what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, I think these teams have a good volley going on right now. You know, they're battling it out in the corner, trying to get past midfield there. Can't quite do it. We have a nice little pop-up, a shot saved away by Funky. Crozex with a follow-up, and it's saved away by Clin. Great defense by EXO here.
Now just battling back and forth. This is a shot on target, but they love Zen XS gets the save. Apologies, I'm misreading that somehow. It's a pretty long name, but Funky now redistributing the ball. Had a dribble maneuver earlier in the goal and just put some pressure on, and that one was washed Crozex with the finish. So we should be all knotted up at one. This finish over Clin there.
Wow, what a great follow-up challenge by Crozex to finish that play. That's going to bring us to kickoff at number 3. Looks like we have Clin and They Love going at it. The ball goes towards Drift side of the field. Funky in possession, trying to take the shot. Little wide defense is there. Great follow-up touch by Love as they pop it up and try and take it off the wall. In comes Clin, and it's almost an open net there. Crozex on it. Rebound shot saved away by Crozex. A great reaction time here. We might have another incoming clear.
2-1 now is your score with Drift, and Crozex now taking to the sky. Gets a little bit of love there, but doesn't quite punch it through the EXO defense. They love trying to get a ball through. Good defense there. 2-1 is your advantage to Drift. 2 minutes left in this match. Pretty action-packed so far. Teams have a pretty good grapple on aerial control, which is obviously that first kind of stage in the skill tree. And look at that finish there from Clin. From I guess I always instinctually want to say half court because it feels more like a basketball game to me. But from midfield there, a beautiful finish there from Clin.
Yeah, great touch.
Crozex, nice touch into Funky. EXO took that early lead. Drift answers. EXO answers back. So we're going back and forth. Minute 45 left on the clock. And last minute of every Rocket League game always gets pretty intense. It can be just like basketball, long minute. This one is not going to be saved. It's going to get close, but Clin reining in the long shots early on, and this is just a clearance. This is just a trying to get it out of my half, but Clin also has the wherewithal to see defense isn't quite ready for that one and punches it through.
Yeah, and that's gonna push us to kickoff at number 5. Drift gaining some fieldage here. In comes Love as they take a shot. Klin with the save, pushing it to their corner. As it bounces out, they get a follow-up touch, and in comes Krozex winning the challenge. It's going right towards the net. What a save by Funky. They love sending it back out mid, and Krozex is gonna have to push it out. Flynn just behind him, taking it around on the corner. Great challenge, pushing it out. We do have a follow-up touch. Funky getting in the way, pushing it to the wall. Still on defense here. The shot comes in.
3-2 is your score in favor of EXO. Taking to the skies is Funky on defense. Has to get up to tackle They Love. And you see Klin, look at the ball control. Thought about maybe a reset there, but didn't have enough momentum. So is going to try to get reset, not off the wall, but just the defense reset. Nice little dribble move. Not really a very convincing pass there. Funky's going to have a chance on goal, and they just demo each other. So the ball's going to get reset back into Drift's corner. What a touch!
30 seconds left, just about, and that one's gonna seal the deal there.
Amazing touch, and again, it's more of a defensive play here. It's more of just trying to keep them in their own half, boost starve them as much as they can. A little late on the save, but not giving Klin there, not giving them a lot of time really to do much with that. Game 1 looking really favorable here for EXO.
Yep. Klin once again pushing the ball back past midfield. Tim and Krozex for a second. See what they do. A nice little slow play. We have a small clear. In comes Funky. They really just have to buy time at this point. I mean, we got 5 seconds and they're up by 2. So great performance by EXO here in game number 1.
Yeah, and looked early on like Drift had control, and EXO really, it wasn't so much the it wasn't like a back and forth team play style of game they played. They just played a really solid try to starve Drift out of boost, making really good clearances. You know, it's not enough to play solid defense. You have to also from defense transition quickly into offense in Rocket League. And unlike many IRL sports counterparts, this is just a much faster paced game. Klin's going to get that save. Nicely done there from Zen, trying to get a little bit of an angle for the shot early on, but we're early on in this game. Number 2, Drift needs this.
They do, as this is a game point. We do have a shot on net. Klin with a great save as things turn around once again. Nice little challenge, keeping the ball at mid. Funky's gonna have to go for that one. Once again, teams going back and forth. A great volley and a great start to game number 2 as these two teams figure each other out and try and adapt as quickly as possible here.
Drift and EXO knotted up at 1. EXO with the game advantage at the moment. We're about a minute in on this game number 2. Funky's going to try to get the offense jump started into Krozex. Again, this is just a nice little volley back from both teams, trying to find some angles. Duo's a little bit different than what we're used to on trios. There's a lot less structure, a lot more opportunities for more free-form kind of plays. But also, the mistakes are multiplied big time, because there's always a gap somewhere when there's duos. And here's a gap here. Klin's not going to be able to finish. Except he's going to be able to finish that one. I spoke a little bit too soon. Couldn't handle the first touch perfectly, but the second touch, just right on in. Defense not able to rotate, and that's the problem with twos. Really punishing sometimes.
Yeah, big time. I mean, it's a lot more pressure, in my opinion, just because you don't have that third man. So it's really a pick and choose kind of gameplay that you're going to have in twos. You know, do you challenge this or do you kind of cover back? Not being in a certain position can actually really be detrimental here. We do have a great challenge followed up by Klin as it goes just outside the net. He does get the follow-up, and that one is just in.
Nice touch. Oh, just a little bit of English on that one. Funky's going to score. And Funky's showing up and showing out on stream. Look at this, just nice little light. Puts the side flip on it and just puts it in the only spot that Drift could not defend. Drift have 3 minutes here to try to correct whatever is going on that EXO has found. EXO's found the offense ever since the first minute went down in that game one. It's been all EXO since then.
Yeah, they've really taken advantage of the team total control here as, you know, EXO's executing great team plays here, really working together. Defense is struggling on Drift side just a little bit, but they are trying their absolute best to stick with it. It's still, you know, early in the game, there's still tons of time, and it's only 0-2, so maybe we'll see a comeback, but maybe not.
Maybe. You know, Rocket League is known for those kind of comebacks. That being said, at the moment, Funky is not really all for that. Kind of wants to just put this game away. I don't think it's a hat trick. That might be. I wasn't quite keeping track, but at least 2 goals now in game number 2 for Funky.
Yeah, great play by him. Gonna push us to our next kickoff. Let's see. So it is kickoff number 4. We have 2 minutes 39 seconds. So maybe a little bit of a push, a pinch, if you will, but not impossible to do. Got Crozex with a great setup there. It is pushed out. Great touch by defense. Drift still maintaining possession for a second. As it goes back to their corner, we have a small turnaround. Love trying to figure it out. Dangerous play to take it around the net as you lose control. It's one of the most detrimental things is losing control, and it's right outside your net, especially in 2s.
Oh, and it's just not going to fall, but the follow-up is there, and you're exactly right, the loss of control. And they, you know, Drift haven't had that control in this game, but they forced the issue there. It wasn't pretty, but you know what? It equals 1 point nonetheless. It doesn't have to be a crazy, like clippable goal every single time. Sometimes you just need the down and dirty ones. So they got one of those down and dirty goals there. They need a couple more though, and EXO's just been applying the pressure really nicely. They haven't given much of an inch so far. But Drift might have found something. Let's see if they can continue. Clin, though, trying the double, the triple touch. Teammate has it. Funky is on, but Love Zinx is going to be able. Love Zinx, excuse me, is going to be able to get that clearance.
Drift is stick with the momentum that they just created for themselves. We almost had another shot on a net as it was just missed. Unfortunate for Drift. They need to start acting a little bit quicker now as time ticks down. We have just about a minute remaining, and they're still down by 2. Love with a great turnaround, taking it to the corner, and it's challenged away, but let's see if Crozex can make some magic happen here.
Zinx gets a nice clearance, has enough boost to get a decent shot here. Gets the flip reset. That is beautiful. It's just off, but the teammate is there. Crozex with the finish. And just like that, Royal, we have a game at 2-3. Drifter on the way back. That was an astonishingly pretty setup there. Couldn't find the finish, but did just enough for the teammate to get the goal. Fantastic play.
That was. It's really good to see Drift utilizing each other as teammates and actually having correct positioning here. I know we talked about that earlier, you know, just being in the right place or really picking and choosing when to challenge, like right there. They Love could have just ended up down 2 once again, but they stuck with it. They got it off their side, so great defense coming in once again, but it's those split-second decisions that you make that can really throw off your team.
Exactly right, and split-second decisions are going to have to be made here. 5 seconds to go. Funky and Clin trying to get the clearances. They do get a little bit there. That's going to touch the ground, and that'll be it. EXO survived the comeback there from Drift and take this series 2-0. And what a fantastic first game we have on stream here, Royal. We have more games coming up, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back with another key matchup here in today's tournament.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only
Welcome back. We got to see Drift and EXO here on stream. This is the Amateur Esports Association. We've been running some Rocket League streams today, and we're on round number 3 here. My name's Fizzable, and we're here with Royal as well. And Royal, who do we get to see up next?
So now we get to watch Astral face off crowned champions in the next best of 3 here on stream.
Great, and I'm not sure exactly when that game is getting started up, but I'm told very soon. And Royal, you have a bit more familiarity with some of these teams than I do, being my first time getting to watch some of these clubs today. And what can you tell me about these two squads?
Well, actually, Team Astral has been a duo for quite some time now, so it's gonna be really good to see them, using each other as teammates out on the field, and it's going to be super exciting to see Crown Champions try and counter their attacks and their teamwork. So I'm excited to see because now we have our sub for Crown Champions joining us. So let's see what happens.
Okay, yeah, a bit of a different style of play whenever you introduce a substitute. Crown Champions in orange, and before I can even finish the intro, the champions show why. Maybe they chose that name for themselves with a great finish there from Elias. Top bins, back corner of the goal there. Bankai, Astral, how did they respond?
Let's see, we have Entropy in possession as he gets past. It's Elias. It's a shot saved by Bankai. As it goes to the corner, we have a bump on Elias. Squishy with the follow-up to the backboard right where Bankai is. So he's trying to take it out. Entropy with a great challenge, stealing up possession. Once again, bumping Elias, getting a setup. It's a shot. In comes Squishy. A little too high from the net. Follow-up shot by Entropy as it gets challenged away and saved by Bankai on defense. Elias now in possession, trying to go for that pass. Does it get interrupted as we have a little bit of a cluster in the corner here?
Yeah, a little bit of a crowded half at that point. Entropy puts it on top, puts it on the hood, tries to get it over, can't. Bankai now moving to try to get some kind of shot on goal, but we're kind of stagnating here in the midfield a little bit. Team's a little bit low on boost. This is a dangerous ball. Bankai's going to handle it nicely, so early on, Crown Champions strike first, but these two teams looking pretty evenly matched since that first little moment.
Yeah, we have a nice turnaround by Squishy, going for the double play, followed up by Entropy, and that post is just going to do all the defense here. That's really getting in their way, and Bankai is going to capitalize on the open net and score a second goal for Crown Champions.
Fantastic, and you just see here just kissing it off. Very front bumper, and it's just enough to put it through. So Crown Champions 2-0 over Astral. We've seen some good plays here early on from Astral. They've been wrestling a little bit with the with Crown Champs, but almost a nice little flip there. But so far, all Crown Champions.
Ooh, double commit on defense. Entropy is gonna finish that play here, cutting the lead in half. We now have a 1-2 game. 3 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock.
Oh my goodness, what a fantastic finish there from Astral. And yeah, we're going back and forth now. The game really starts when both teams get that score. So now both teams have figured out what the other wants to do. The adjustments are going to start being made, and sometimes the adjustments aren't strategy, it's just little timings, little things like that. And this is going to be a double touch here from Bankai, but it doesn't go through. Astral, lucky break there. Crown Champs can't quite convert on that one. Bankai has another chance here. Nice little touch, centered ball. Entropy gets the redirect, and that's over to Squishy. He's going to find the finish. Fantastic, just like that. Astral tie it up 2-all, 3 minutes to go.
Exactly what I was talking about. Utilizing each other, playing as the duo. That's the type of gameplay we love to see out here. It's a great pass by Entropy. Straight over to Squishy, who just got the right touch for the redirect. And that's going to push us into our tie-breaking kickoff as Astral gains a little bit of fieldage. We had a little bit of a team bump here. Elias trying to go for the challenge. Entropy with the setup, and that might be in. It is.
Oh my goodness. They're not letting us have much of a break here on the mic. Entropy off off 2 of the 3 posts that are available to him, but eventually finds it through. So the 2-0 lead from Crown Champions answered well by Astral. Now with the lead, here's the kickoff.
Nice, with a great follow-up from kickoff, as we do have one touch from Squishy. He's going to go straight over to Bonkai. Entropy is up, getting a touch. It could be set up for Bonkai here, and it hits the post. No follow-up by Elias as Squishy gets the clear. Looking like an open net. Elias sending it to the backboard. Squishy is there, a little too powerful as it goes off the backboard. Bonkai has a touch, getting it off his side of the field here.
Squishy little redirect. Looks for the center, can't quite get it, but Entropy is there. Bonkai, nice little flip. He doesn't have the open net yet. It's just a little off. Well contested there by Squishy. This one's off the post too, and everyone's missing, but it doesn't matter because you just keep following it up, and something good will happen eventually. The pressure was a little bit too much. Astral couldn't recover.
Just like a numbers game here. It's like just
Yeah.
keep taking shots. One of them has to go in because it's for both teams that the post is just getting in their way.
That's that's what happens in duos when you have that much pressure on every single shot. Almost everything in this game so far has been contested or has come hot off the heels of like a 50-50 situation. So that's been what has really caused a lot of these like really close shots. You've got to really go for broke, or it's just going to be too slow, and they're just going to have a nice counterattack on you. It's centered. Oh my gosh, both players, what we call faking there, definitely didn't miss. He missed the ball, just going both for the fake, trying to force it in. Bankai's going to get the nice clearance. So a minute and change remaining in this one. It's been an intense game one.
Great challenge back to back, keeping the ball at mid. We got Entropy with a touch, and Bonkai's gonna turn things around. Great response to that as it goes off the backboard. He has a follow-up touch, and he couldn't quite get what he needed there. Elias now with a touch to the backboard once again. Squishy popping it up, following it as well, moving the ball downfield slowly but surely as Bonkai waits for her pop-up. There it is as he takes over. Entropy with a challenge. Bonkai still able to stick with it. He's getting bumped left and right, and Entropy now has possession.
Entropy to Squishy Melon. Bonkai now. Gonna try to go off the wall. Squishy's gonna try to contest. Gets a little bit behind it though. It's not gonna be able to contest. Great center, and that's gonna be the teammate there. Elias puts it through. Basically just a little alley-oop, but in reverse, knocking it down from the roof. Just putting it in an uncomfortable position there for Astral. They're not able to handle it.
Great team play by Crown Champions as well. That gives them the lead right back. I mean, they had it in the first half, and then they kind of lost it for a second, but they have it now. So let's see if they can hold it, as we do have shots on net, and that's going to tie up the game. There it is.
Fantastic. Entropy just putting it in a decent spot again. A little bit to the right of the crossbar that time, and just puts it in the right spot. Bonkai had a chance to save it, but at that speed, it's really, really hard to redirect. You've got to commit to one angle. So just like that, 20 seconds to go, we're all knotted up at 4-piece.
Almost another great redirect by Squishy, as it was off. Bonkai now in possession, going for the air dribble straight towards the net. A shot saved by Entropy. Elias with the touch off the walls, going center. Bonkai is there, keeping it away from Squishy. It's now in the corner. Entropy in possession. It might just drop down, and we might see our first overtime here. But let's see, Bonkai going for the setup. Can he get? Nope, he doesn't.
So close, overtime, and Royal, something about overtime in Rocket League that you probably well know also. It's either the fastest overtime of any game, or it takes like 5 to 10 minutes. It can feel like it takes an hour. So we'll see if any quick scores happen. We're kind of past that window now, and we might be in for a little bit of a grind. Sometimes it just goes back and forth, both teams playing more defensively. This is well centered though. Squishy with a great save, and it's a nice touch. Bankai is gonna find the finish. Crown Champion finished what they started early on in this one, scoring first, scoring last. Great victory.
Yeah, a great win for Crown Champions. A great battle for them. I mean, especially just in this first game here. Like I said, they had the lead, then they lost it, they got it back, then they're tied, and then they took it all in overtime. So good, great game by both teams. I mean, pretty high scoring too, 5-4.
5-4 close game. Crown champs Astral looking like two really just solid teams. As you're talking about, Crown champs have been a duo for a while, and you can see how comfortable they were when the plays started kind of breaking down, and it gets a little bit those moments when it gets a little bit crazy and it goes off script, I should say. And they felt really comfortable in those moments. So we'll see if that continues. Game number 2 here, best of 3.
Yep, as we have a shot by Squishy. In comes Entropy. Bankai is on it as he gets the clear. He's moving it downfield. Entropy trying to get in his way. Bankai battling it out, taking it to the corner. Let's see, as we have an attempt to get it center. Elias with the backup offense. Entropy still sticking with it, doing everything he can. Popping it up and over Elias. Bankai with the turnaround. Squishy's already back, so great catch by her. She takes it up and over. Bankai trying to get in her way. He's sticking with it. Actually locking his car with Squishy here, and now he's in possession, going for the air dribble. It's an open net till Entropy pops back in the nick of time, and there's the save.
Nicely saved there. A minute has gone down, and no goals yet. Let's see if Entropy can change that. It's top corner, but it's off the post. And lucky break there from Crown Champs. That looks like a really convincing argument for a goal. Nothing going, though, yet. Entropy now getting a clearance. And
I think these teams have really figured each other out in a sense. I mean, we haven't scored any by either team, not to jinx anybody, but I mean, it's a great volley between these two teams. I think they finally found the pace of not acting too quickly, so we're rushing our shots, but not being too slow to where we don't have possession of the ball, you know? So
Exactly.
Another great shot by Bankai. Squishy gets the save, and she's taking it downfield all the way to the corner. Entropy's there as second man. No bump by Elias. There's the shot. No follow-up by Entropy there, and Crown Champions is able to get a setup play here.
This is gonna be interesting to see how they handle this. Both teams back and forth. We had a high scoring game 1, and this one, as you're talking about, tightened up quite a bit. It feels a little bit slower because we haven't seen those crazy plays yet. Looking for the flip reset there, doesn't find it. See if both these teams can reset. This is actually going to be a very dangerous position. Well saved off the post, and it's well placed there from Squishy. Melon puts it through. Entropy, great little dribble move, puts it in a tough place. Great save by Bankai, followed by Melon. What a fantastic play for both teams. It winds up with an Astral lead.
We are basically halfway through this game, and we just had our first goal. And there's our second one, as I was speaking about the first one. A 2-0 game.
Yeah, it's getting really, really, really close here. I'm loving seeing all these teams, how they're responding, because Crown Champions scored first and last in that first game, and Astral here putting together a much better, much more controlled performance. I thought Crown Champions in game number 1, when the play started breaking down, they were the team that really looked more comfortable in those crazier moments. And right now, I think Astral's, their defense, maybe a little bit of luck, right? I mean, there's always that little bit of a factor there, but also just more controlled on offense, more controlled from that transitional part of the game. So Astral really tightening up a lot of things and looking really special right now.
Yeah, Entropy with a nice flick. Bankai on defense, gets it back towards mid. Elias with the follow-up. Squishy is already back. Great play, or strategy more so, by Team Astral here. Just kind of keeping one back, sending one forward for the time being. Entropy doing a great job on offense. Squishy finally coming forward, a little too high. A nice bump on its Elias, and Entropy going for the net. Bankai able to get in the way, and Elias with the backup defense sends it to the corner. Let's see what Bankai does as he has the air dribble possession here.
Redirecting now. Elias, what a nice move there, but Squishy's there for the defense. Entropy's trying to find something, has a lot of boost to work with, looking for the center, trying to find the pinch play, does! Bankai is there. Fantastic plays for both sides, neither side giving an inch. A minute left though, and Crown Champions gonna have to find something. Open field here, open net. Squishy's gonna absolutely close that off. And look at the pace of play here from Astral. They're going quickly, but they're not out of control. They're keeping it nice and tight. Crown Champions not finding a good angle here. Entropy's going to put it in a nice spot, but it's going to be off the crossbar. Goes for the demo. Trying to get reset now.
We got Squishy with a little bit of a back pass. Entropy now in possession, battling it out. It's a 2v1 here. Bankai taken over. Squishy with a great challenge, pushes it to the corner. Entropy already up on the wall, trying to go for that center. It's a shot saved away by Bankai, and we are back in the corner. Bankai in possession, going for the pop-up. Another air dribble attempt. Squishy getting in his way. Is a shot saved by Entropy. Great save by him. He does send it center, but Squishy is there sending it out. And Elias has a touch. Bankai with the small clear yet again as things turn around, and we're back in a volley state, it seems.
Trying to center it up. 1 second left. It's not going to be enough for Crown Champions, and it's going to be a 1-1 series tie. We're going to go to an elimination game, or at least the the match point game. 1-1. Astral come back in a really spectacular fashion in this one. Royal, what are you looking for in game number 3 here between these two teams?
Honestly, I'm probably looking for some more demos coming from Crown Champions. I mean, we saw Astral use a couple of them and bumps, you know, Squishy doing her thing out there, but Crown Champions, it seems the only way they're going to be able to get through this defense here, especially with Squishy sticking back as far as she does. They're going to need to demo her and get her out of the way and keep Entropy as awkward as possible.
I love it, and just like that, the play breaks down, and Crown Champions come out on top with that goal. Just a little, just kind of, it doesn't rush the kickoff. It goes for kind of the response kickoff, which I always love to see. More like a rebound. Just waits for the other team to kind of link it over to you, and you plonk it over into the goal. Elias going to look for the center here. Going to get interrupted.
Yeah, Entropy with a great read there on the wall. He was going for boost off of kickoff, so the reaction time, very, very good for him. Squishy falling back just a little bit. Elias sticking with it. Squishy waiting patiently. Gets one more touch. It's center. Bankai, a small clear. Entropy with a turnaround, and Elias is there as he sends it back over to Bankai. We have a challenge by Squishy, pushing the ball to the other side. And Entropy plays the bounce, gets past Elias, but not past Bankai. Squishy already falling back, and she is on the ball already. So let's see what happens here. She's going for the center.
Nice little touch, putting it back to the other side of the pitch. Elias, Entropy's cleaning up. Both squads here back and forth. That early goal, will it go and bite Astral badly here, or are they going to come and figure out their offense again? They had a nice, oh no, that is a really nice bump there, and as solid of a dribble in as it was, the kind of recognition there from Elias. Look at this bump, just Bankai coming from behind the goal, gets the bump. We're Crown Champions.
I just want to say that's exactly what I was talking about, like even after the first goal. Entropy putting themselves on the board here, 1-2 now, but anyways, like I was saying, exactly that movement of keeping Entropy way up high on the field and putting him in an awkward position and then taking out Squishy. So that bump was perfect, but not to overshadow Entropy's goal right now. Again, putting them on the board as we have Squishy in possession. Entropy just behind, going for the redirect. It is a shot saved away by Bankai, and a great challenge is going to go right towards the net.
Oh my goodness, the 50-50 balls in this match point game have just gone Crown Champions' way. It's just an unlucky pinch if you're an Astral fan. Oh man, unfortunate there for Astral. They have 3.5 minutes though. We've seen their offense come alive there in game 2. So we'll see if they can continue or kind of bring that back a little bit, because this game so far, Crown Champions seem a little bit more composed. Got to bring that back if you're Astral.
Yeah, they have really logged in here. It seems they've really figured each other out. Talking about Crown Champions here, and we know kind of what Astral can do, as we've seen them throughout the tournament, the last couple of series. But yeah, we have just about 3 minutes remaining. They're still down 2. Elias in possession, taking it up from the corner. Entropy on a back post now has possession. As a challenge comes in from Elias, it is popped up, and Entropy gets one touch to send it to the corner. Squishy now kind of putting her teammate awkward there. They didn't really have the comms of who's going to be taken over.
Squishy, nice dribble there, gets it by 1, doesn't get it by Bankai though. Bankai's going to have a chance to recover. Squishy and company are not going to have any more boost, and Bankai is just going to take it from one end to the other. And it wasn't an overcommit really from Astral, it was just a good recognition there by Bankai to know the boost situation of their opponent, and they figured that out really quickly and were able to capitalize on it. Oh man, what a fantastic game here. 4-1 right now, Crown Champions. We'll see if Astral can bring it back.
Yeah, this is nothing like game 1 or even 2. I mean, this one, a 3-goal gap, and they're holding it as well. Very different from game 1, which was basically back-to-back. Like you said, we had like no time to really like talk and cast. It was just like, oh, shot, okay, 2-second shot. So definitely good to see these teams kind of evening out and finding their place here. We have Squishy, small back pass, Bankai now taking over. Great interception as he goes to the corner. It's going center. Squishy with the save. No one from Crown Champions is able to pick it up. Entropy now in possession, taking it downfield. He's got no boost in the tank. Squishy hovering like a shark over there, just kind of looking at the defense.
Squishy tries to center it up, but Crown Champs get that nice little clearance. Entropy dribble drive, centers not going to be answered. Squishy now. Yeah, just not the best clearance there. They're just a little bit, they're getting a little bit starved out here in this corner. I don't see a lot of momentum from Astral's side when they're transitioning from offense to defense. They had that there in game 2 really nicely. They had that a little early in this game, but we're just not seeing it as of right now, which is just a little bit unfortunate.
And with that, we have 1 minute remaining. Entropy with the shot. It hits off the post, and Squishy is going to finish the play.
Beautifully done. Nice little touch. Off the post, Squishy gets the finish. 2-4, a minute left. You know, anything can happen in Rocket League. This is the best of 3. This is game number 3. Anything can happen. Let's see, in fact, what happens here.
That's definitely, like you said, it's always that last minute especially, you know? I mean, here we go, open net, Entropy with another one, closing the gap a little bit more. We are now 1 point away from a tie game. We have 43 seconds.
This is getting exciting. I don't know what's going to happen at the moment. This is just going to be, we're going to have to see. 1 point, 43 seconds to do it. That is an eternity in Rocket League. Definitely possible. See how they're able to get this done. Bankai, it's centered. Entropy gets it out. Squishy gonna have to find some momentum here. Has some boost. Nice little dribble moves. The fake doesn't find it. Elias is not gonna get tricked by that play there. 22 seconds left.
Ooh. Great read by Entropy there. He saw the ball falling. He knew Bankai was there. Great challenge. Squishy going up for a bump or demo or something. Entropy couldn't get his hands directly on the ball where he needed it to be. We got 5 seconds to go, and we're right outside the net of Crown Champions. Squishy with the touch off the backboard. It's still up. There's the shot, and it's tied.
A buzzer beater here for Astral. They were 4-1 to Crown Champs. Late in this one, they cleaned it all up. It's the opposite of a caster curse. It was a caster blessing. We've been talking about Astral all stream today, just trying to clean up their defense there in game 2. Now the offense transitional period in those transition from defense to offense looking much better. Here's the clearance. It's in a dangerous spot. Squishy's going to get the clear.
Yep, she takes it down the field. Elias getting in her way, being a total nuisance to her. She's still able to get past him just a little bit, almost into the net, but just outside. Entropy with the turnaround off the backboard. Bunkai is there waiting for Squishy's touch. It's off to the right. In comes Entropy, and there it is.
Goodness gracious, on stream, what a game to stream. 5-4 is your score for Astral. Puts it in the bottom corner off the rebound. Crowned champs had a big chance and a big lead. Astral with the comeback. What a fantastic game.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to call them Team Comeback because that was incredible. I mean, that's what we saw in game 1 and then again in game number 3. So pretty sure game 1 and 3 actually ended in the same score, which is really, really funny. But great performance by both teams. Super, super exciting. And I'm so happy to have had this game on stream for you guys at home.
That was some very high level Rocket League. You had two teams that have figured each other out in a lot of ways, and when that happens, really, I think that's the best part about like the high level Rocket League games is when both teams know what the other one wants to do, and then those little adjustments and the pandemonium that happens because of it. So fantastic game, and I hope we have some more games, some more great games coming up. I know we have more on stream for you all, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
Welcome back, Amateur Esports Association here. I am Fizzable back with Royal, and we're on to the elimination stage of our games today.
Very exciting. Who do we have on the field?
Good question. We'll have to see in a second. Our little behind the scenes, our League OS, unfortunately, y'all, is my link was not working today, so I'm not sure the next team that is up, but we've seen a couple teams up so far. We've seen EXO was on in game one. We just Yark's Knights are here. Squishy is almost going to open us up with a goal, but stuff you got to know. Elimination round. Loser goes home. Winner moves on to the next round. And here we have Astral just on stream. Yark's Knights.
Yeah, super exciting. We did just see them take a win in last series, so this is going to be their first startup to the elimination round. Let's see what they have. Obviously, all teams have played each other already, so they're somewhat familiar with one another, or at least they should be. Nice little demo playing in. Entropy keeping the ball in the corner here. Shush! Come here.
Moving along. Cool Kid pushing. Polar Bear is going to receive. Gets bumped off though. Entropy has a shot on goal. Double bumps there for Astral. Yark Knights defense just completely neutralized.
Come
You know,
here.
man, what a play.
Yeah, Squishy just doing her thing right away with the bumps and, I mean, I would say and demos, but she has not done that yet, but great strategy by her as we head into kickoff number 2. Polar Bear taking it. He's going up off the wall. In comes AJ, but Entropy just beats him. We have another open net. Can Entropy land this? And he does. There it is.
Entropy starting off strong. Squishy had that play just a second ago with the bumps. Entropy finishing nicely there, making it 2-0. And that is something that, man, that is some fantastic play. Unbelievable performance there so far from Astral. Astral's been so solid there. Squishy with the shot just off, tries to go for the rebound. Centered, recentered now, but Kita's going to get it out.
Here comes Entropy with the shot. A little high. It's okay. It's bouncing out. AJ sending it to the wall. Polar Bear playing the bounce off the wall, going for that mid. Kind of losing possession here to Entropy as he's going for the air dribble. Once again, it is a little too high. Double commit on defense. Squishy with the catch. In comes Entropy with the cut, and he is wide. Can't do too much with that. Cool Kid centering it for Squishy. There's the shot, and it hits the post. Very, very close. AJ with a great clear all the way down to Entropy. So not maybe the best positioning, but great clear nonetheless. A shot by Squishy, saved away by Polar Bear. We have another incoming shot, and defense is on it. Great follow by Polar Bear there.
Trying now off. Oh my goodness, Polar Bear with a fantastic Guardian Angels-esque save there, but Entropy. Astral right now are just relentless. They will not stop attacking the Yark's Knights. We're halfway through this game. 3 goals put up for them so far, and just non-stop at the moment from your Astral team.
Yeah, I mean, typically, sometimes, you know, one team can run away with game number 1, but that doesn't seal the deal for this series, as things could turn around in game 2, as we saw in the last series with Astral, actually. So, I wonder if it'll be the same pattern here, as another shot comes in by Polar Bear, saved away by Entropy as they get the clear pass. Second man defense all the way to the backboard, and a nice pinch sends it out. Right to Squishy, trying to figure out what to do here. Just takes the challenge instead, and Entropy's gonna get the follow-up.
Yeah, loving what we're seeing here from Entropy once again. 4 goals, one better than a hat trick already early on in the Yark's Knights. Game 1 is looking a little rough. We had that great comeback on stream in our last game, and that was a 4-1 comeback. So, you know, it's not impossible. And as you said, Game 1 doesn't decide the series, so if the score stays about the same and Yark's Knights go down by 1, there's still some opportunity to make those adjustments on the fly and see if you can get some momentum for yourself. But the way Entropy and Squishy are playing at the moment, look at this beautiful clearance here. It's not going to land here. Going to try to recenter for Squishy. Nothing going there, so it's going to go back to Yarks. So, you know, it's not do or die time yet, but looking a little bit dire early on. Astral in control.
Yep, they just got the clear. Squishy turning things around. I mean, the ball's not lasting too long on their side. I'm gonna say that Entropy is taking that corner off the wall, and a nice touch from the ceiling straight towards the net. The spot. Squishy's there with the follow-up. Polar Bear just beats her. AJ with the small clear. Entropy with the steal, playing the bounce off the wall. Could be a shot. It's a little high. Squishy a little too high up on the field. Now has the cut back. She does get past Polar Bear. She has the opportunity, and it just goes wide. She's gonna have to do a quick setup here, or they're gonna have to figure something out.
Exactly right, and they have 45 seconds here to try to get some momentum for the road. 4 goals in 45 seconds, not completely unheard of, but fairly unlikely to say the least. So can we get a goal for the road for the Yarks Knights? Try to get a little bit of momentum going into game number 2. We are, as a reminder, in a best of 3 here, and it is an elimination game, so the winner moves on, and the other side does not. So going to be a little bit of a raise in stakes here for the next game. Cool Kid's going to get out and transition. This was going to be nicely centered. Hopefully it drops from that. Doesn't waterfall nicely down. Squishy, she gets a nice clearance. Entropy following up. And just like that, game number 1 goes to Astral. Elimination time. Elimination game, rather, coming up for the Yarks Knights. Can they have a comeback? Royal, when you have seen some of your teams down 1 going into game 2, what's a strategy maybe that you would like to see implemented?
That's a great question. I mean, we already know Astral is known for, you know, the bumps and demos, but just like they do it would be nice to see it kind of happen to them and see what they do with that kind of pressure and strategy, kind of a taste of their own medicine, you know what I mean, and how they're able to recover from it. So I would like to see that. I would also like to see some kickoff strategies, you know, a little bit of a fake, or just not going and getting possession right away, but we'll see as we head into game number 2.
Exactly right. I like the analysis. We'll move on to game number 2 here. 5 minutes on the clock and 5 minutes for the Yarks Knights to fight for their lives. They've always been solid on stream. This has been, maybe it's just Astral's day right now. Astral in control. We'll see if that continues. Nice little pass, nice little clearance into the shot. It's going to be off. Entropy's going to try to find the rebound, and it's mainly been, for me, the Astral team has just kept the pressure up. That's been the big thing. They've just been a little bit faster on the rotations. That being said, Cool Kid Kita gets a bump there, but it's not going to matter, and just kind of, the play just kind of falls apart, and Squishy takes advantage.
Yeah, great capitalization by her. One little chip and she actually plays off the post. Not sure if she really needed that second touch, if she got it, but yeah, that one was just in. And what a way to start off the game. Whole 32 seconds in. Kickoff number 2 happening. Entropy sending it over to AJ. Nice clear getting it onto Astral's side of the field. Entropy with a touch. It's still on their side. Polar Bear falling back, and Squishy's actually going to take over. AJ going challenge and gets it past Entropy. A great challenge by AJ there. In comes the Polar Bear. Just kidding. Squishy on her demo game.
Entropy trying there, not finding anything. Polar Bear clearance. Squishy Melon. Oh, this is dangerous. A great little clearance. No boost to follow it up, but it does not matter. Astral 2-0 lead. Yarks scoreless through 2.
No boost and no problem, as they say out there in the Rocket League community. And there is proof in the pudding for you guys. A great pass from Entropy. Squishy with the final touch off the ceiling. That one went in, giving them a 2-goal lead. And then Demo straight off kickoff. I don't know if that was planned or not, but it worked out as Entropy took possession. Goes for the double. Squishy to finish the play. There it is. Top left.
Top left there. Just puts it nicely centered. Squishy with the great finish, puts it where the defenders can't reach it. Astral in command, Astral in charge. Only a minute and change into this game. There's a lot of time for Yarks Knights to figure something out, but it's going to have to be, that comeback's going to have to be mounted quickly.
Yep, Yep, we've got entropy going around. A demo, leaving it open for Squishy, and there it is. They are absolutely dominating the field now. I mean, a 4-goal lead. We still have 3 minutes 34 seconds. So although that is enough time for Yarks to make a comeback, it's just not looking like it's in the cards right now.
Yeah, it's just rough right now. Astral in command. They've been fantastic all stream. We haven't. This is our first taste of Yarks Knights here on stream today. We've seen them plenty of times. Yarks are our mainstay here at the AEA. Very successful club. Not having their best day so far in Rocket League, but that's okay. Even if you go home without finishing on the podium, there's still a lot to learn. Especially, I always recommend to my players, because I do coach esports for high school here in the States. I always recommend go through the VOD, and you only really improve when you play teams that are able to challenge your ability. So, you know, they're going to get a great opportunity to kind of see what they can do better next time.
Most definitely. And it's really great to see that this next goal from Astral actually took a little bit of time off the clock.
Yeah, exactly right. And Entropy, they're rolling through. Polar Bear maybe having a little bit of a disconnect, possibly. Unsure at the moment. Looks like possibly some good sportsmanship and not scoring with the disconnect. Unsure what's going on at the moment. We'll see if we can get you word here. But so far in this game, 5-0. 5-0, you know, a really tough position here. We might just go ahead and cut to casters on this.
Unfortunate end to the series, but Yarks did their absolute best out here, so it was a great game.
Yeah, it was a great game. Unfortunate, as you said, how that one ended. But Yarks Knights being eliminated there. Astral, let's talk about them as they won that game pretty handedly. They've been fantastic all stream long. I mean, every single game we've seen them in, they've shown us something else. They had that great comeback victory in that last round. So we'll have to see what they're capable of next. What do you look for forward to seeing them in the finals here?
Honestly, just them doing their thing. I mean, they took absolute control of the field, complete domination, as we saw. And so I'm kind of just expecting that from them. You know, nothing but their absolute best, not only from Astro, but every single team out there. So that's all we can really ask of each and every one who showed up today to compete. But yeah, just great games and great sportsmanship as we've seen. We have the team's going back and forth a little bit right now in the background, and it's great to see that, you know, we can still keep it fun out here, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, exactly right. And we'll see how much fun we can have here in the coming game. We'll have another semifinals going, another best of 3, and then that'll move on into the finals for today, which will be a best of 5. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back very, very soon. Welcome back, Amateur Esports Association. We're here for the championship round. Fizzable here with Royal. Royal, who do we have for our final matchup?
Very, very exciting things. I mean, we have the number 1 seed and the number 5 seed out on the field right now. Okay, number 5 seed climbing their way through the matches here to end up right where they are in front of good matchup. I'm super excited to see as we have Bankai in possession, getting past Spaz. Can't quite keep up with it. Cobra's gonna get the save on that. Now taking possession, one more touch over to Spaz, and Elias is the one to get the touch on it.
Bankai open net. It's gonna be centered nicely. Crown Champs, your 1 seed take. I think I'm right there. They are a 1 seed, correct? Get the first goal.
This is the 5.
Oh, excuse me, that's the 5. Red Bull
Champions
is
the number
the
5.
top. Yeah, we haven't seen Red Bull on stream.
Yep,
I'm sorry, folks. I'm not
undefeated, I think.
Right. I'm not in as good a form as our Crown Champs and Red Bull memes. Clearly, I don't have my League OS available to me, my little cheat sheet. So I'm going completely off of memory, and that is not a good thing to go off of for me. Bankai centering it up nicely. Opportunity does not get answered there. So HF Spaz, Koriko on defense.
Kora with the clears. They send it all the way downfield. It's off the backboard. No follow-up. Spaz gets it a little too high. Bankai on defense sends it out. Kora already falling back. Takes the cut. Now in possession. Elias lining up with him. Trying to stick with it. Is on the wall. No challenge there. It's a shot. And a follow-up shot by Spaz gets blocked away. Elias with one touch off the wall, bouncing towards Koro as he sends it back towards mid. Bankai getting in the way. Great immediate challenge, buying his teammates some time to grab boost, and now take the ball, send it towards the net. Koro on defense yet again, taking it up towards the corner.
Koriko now has a little bit of boost, but just a little bit off. Gets the bump though. Redirect, it's in, but goes straight into the wheels of Bankai, so gets the clearance there. Koriko has a chance to sort of restructure the attack. Oh, I love that, just right off the hood, just letting it just barely touch off there. Doesn't get anything going, but love the instinct there. Great centering, HF Spaz puts it through, and just like that, we have a series 1-all.
Yep, Koro off the ceiling, gets the reset, and Spaz with the last second touch just before Bankai can get there. That's going to tie up the game and push us to kickoff number 3. 2 minutes, 56 seconds on the clock. Bankai and Spaz go and at it as it's stalled. Koro with the touch towards the wall, takes that mid boost. Elias getting in his way. Koro and Spaz working together, a little bit of a double commit here. They got to fall back now as Bankai takes over. Using his boost, getting close to the net. Koro with the challenge, pinching it out. Elias now chasing it down, doesn't quite get the touch. Koro is on it, has the angle, and it's saved away by Bankai.
Very nicely done. HF Spaz nicely centered, putting it through, can't quite find it. Nice little clearance going now. HF Spaz, that is on target. Oh, I misjudged it barely. I thought that was going in. It just barely went off the top post. I misjudged it too. Spaz couldn't quite get it done. Try to find the centering. And so far, Red Bull has been fantastic with the pressure. It seems like we're on this side of the pitch quite a bit today. Crown Champs got that goal early, but not a lot of offense happening since then.
Yeah, great volley between these two teams. I mean, we kind of expected it to be a good game, and that's exactly what we have. It's low scoring right now, 1-1, as time is ticking down. We're going to be heading into our last 90 seconds pretty soon as we have another challenge in the corner. Ball's just left alone. In comes Elias going around Koro with a bicycle touch, sending it out. In comes Bankai with the touch. Defense is on it. Great save by Spaz as he fell off the wall a little bit. Elias with the touch. Koro with the touch himself. Great response to that. Turned into a shot. Bankai taking his time. Went around, got the catch. Turned into a save. A double demo. Spaz and one of the Drift players, or Red Bull players, taken out, and Spaz has the opportunity here.
Really nicely dribbled through from Koriko, then dropped off to Spaz, 2-1 Red Bull, and they needed a little bit of time to get into this one, but They have arrived now. Elias, we will see what they can do on this kickoff. Elias and Bankai. We've seen Crown Champs on stream already today, and they've been fantastic. They had that comeback through from Astral that they lost in that second round of today, but other than that last game, they had a really good stream presence so far. See if they can continue that. Right now, Red Bull, just the pressure has just been too much.
Yep, we have Elias trying to get in the way yet again. Bankai with backup defense here. Nice pinch on the wall, sends it down to the corner, right where Spaz is, and Spaz is no longer there. Elias taking the challenge from Koro. 30 seconds, Bankai in possession. It's him and two defenders. He gets past both of them.
What a shot. Bankai just receiving the clearance. Nice little flick, pops it up onto the hood. Beautiful, beautiful bit of English there. Tied up 2-all. 30 seconds remaining, just under 30 seconds. 2-all. Crown Champs get right back on it. They scored first. They just scored most recently there. Good little turnaround. 10 seconds to go.
Here we go. Koro in possession. There's the shot, and it's in.
The undefeated Wings squad here, the Red Bull Wings squad, looking like they still might not drop a game so far in our tournament. This is our semifinal round, so it's still best of 3, still elimination to move on to play Astral in the finals. Centering this up, 1 second to go. Koriko getting the clearance. It might be dunked in by Spaz, not dunked in, but is put down. Crown Champs down in game 1. Red Bull Wings up 1 so far in our best of 3.
Great performance by both of these teams here. I mean, very, very close game. It came down to that last 10 seconds. Koro slotting one more in to take the lead and seal the deal on the win here. So, great game number 1. Crown Champions on their last leg here. Again, this is a best of 3, so game 1 is pretty detrimental here.
Exactly right. Very, very important to get the first game in a series. It puts you in control. But that being said, Crown Champs are going to have a lot of inspiration here to try to claw back into this one. They put together a really good game 1. They just couldn't quite close them out. Red Bull have found a way to win every game so far. This is the first time on stream, but we're happy to report that they've been just tearing through competition so far today. But it's a good sign, though, that Crown Champs gave them such a good game 1. We'll see if they can give them a better game 2.
Yep, we got Spaz in possession, going for the dribble. It's him and Elias does not get in the way of that one, unfortunately, and that's going to be our first goal of the game.
First goal to Red Bull. Just when you're in that position, and you're dribbling down the middle of the pitch, there's a lot of different ways you can go. Went to the right, kind of showed that they might have put it in the back corner, and instead dumps it off left. So, what a wonderful move there by Koriko. Bankai spreading it out a little bit, trying to find a center. Does get it centered, but again, Red Bull Wings, it's been their defense. It's been their pressure on offense, and then their defense is always seemingly in the right spot.
Yeah, great rotations here, great game sense as they stick with it. Spaz with a touch over to Koro. Elias getting in the way, taking it around from the corner. No boost in the tank. Trying to get one last touch. Koro taken over, capitalizing on the mistake. Bankai with a great challenge. In comes Spaz. Shot is off the wall. Elias got the follow-up touch. Now back in possession. Still no boost in the tank. Still is able to get one nice launch. Koro stopping the momentum. Spaz with the pickup. Bankai is there at mid. Taking it back to the corner. Elias trying to get out of his way. Spaz taking things around. It's an open net. It's looking like everyone's falling back as quick as possible here.
Spaz can't quite find the finish. Red Bull Wings up 1. Not a convincing lead at the moment, but it's going to be more convincing. Here's the argument from Koriko off the wall. Just strips Bankai here on the side. great defensive play and great transition straight into the finish. Didn't even need to touch it, but was there for insurance reasons and ensured it's a 2-0 lead.
And with that, we have kickoff at number 3. 3 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. Koro getting the clear. Elias with one touch sends it to the walls. It goes center. Koro trying to take the shot from that. Bonkai got in the way. Koro back in possession. Open net. And there it is.
Nasty. Just nasty. Let's see what happened here. The clearance wasn't quite where they wanted it. Koroko takes advantage. Centered. Spaz is there. The dunk. It is beautiful. Crown Champs well defended, but it doesn't matter when the offense is striking that quickly and that decisively. A 3-0 lead right now for our undefeated Red Bull Wings team, and this is going to be a mistake here from Crown Champs. Red Bull just finished easily. Let's see what happened. I didn't quite see how they got there earlier. Yeah, just a little bit of a miscommunication there from Crown Champs. Red Bull's going to they're going to take that. I mean, this is a team that seems to capitalize even when you're not making mistakes, so any mistakes can get punished.
Yeah, especially in twos. I mean, we've been talking about it all day, just how detrimental, you know, one small mistake is, or one touch, one miss shot even. You know, Bonkai needing that goal there, and it actually turns around and goes back into his net. He shot just a little too high. Perfect setup for Spaz here.
And I don't know what exactly has happened since Crown Champs were leading there in that game 1, 2-1. Red Bull figured something out. Maybe they just needed that time to get kind of in the flow of the game, figure out how the Crown Champs play, and you know, whatever they have figured out, I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe they just upped the aggression, upped the speed, it just got more comfortable. Whatever that is, they just got to continue that. We'll probably be seeing them crowned champions here today if they just keep this up. But still, speaking a little bit too soon, 2.5 minutes, 5 points is not unwinnable. You can still come back. Koroko's going to try to get this finish here. Can't quite. Crown Champs, we're going to need to see something very soon.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but it almost seems like Crown Champions is playing a little bit scared. Not so much from Bonkai, but more so Elias. I mean, last series that we saw them play in, they were basically hand in hand, and that's how they took some of the games, and they were able to score a lot more, you know, working as a team. We had Bonkai with great setups, and Elias was pretty much always there to be the backup offense, you know, kind of get the rebounds, but he's not doing that too much here. He's playing a little bit back and still somehow out of position when he's back. But yeah.
Great finish there from Koroko. Yeah, as you said, maybe just a little bit timid performance as this series has kind of aged on us with 6-0 lead. Crown Champs, they've had a great presence today on stream. They've had some fantastic games. They were part of one of the best games we have seen at the AEA, and as I'm giving them praise, they're going to show us why they deserve it. Well done there. A little breakdown, a little hesitation. It's nice. Oh, and it's 1-6, Royal. I don't know. I'm not going to call it a comeback yet, but in a minute and a half, you know, nothing's impossible.
Very, very true. I mean, we've seen it here, not only today, but I know you've seen it in your Rocket League casting career. You know, comebacks just as crazy as this. It is doable. It is possible. You just got to make it happen. But for now, we got Koro from defense taking the ball back onto the offensive. There's the shot, saved away by Bonkai, still just outside the net. Bonkai sticking with it. Spaz now has the open. Bonkai just getting in the way. Great use of his jump there. Nice little dash off the wall. We have a small whiff here. Spaz still maintaining possession. Bonkai with a great steal, pushing it center. Everyone trying to catch up to it from Crown Champion side. Elias with the touch, Koro already on it. It's turned into a bouncing play. Spaz and Bonkai are up. Bonkai wins the challenge, and there it is!
Beautifully met in the air. The defense was there. It was good, but what was better was the finish here by Bonkai, just reading the defender, reading the body language, the car language, if you will, and redirecting that one. 2-6. Again, 40 seconds is an eternity in Rocket League. It's a lot like, this game plays a little bit more like basketball, I think, sometimes than actual soccer, which is what it's based on. But so this last couple seconds can last a long time. Needs to finish here and does! It's Elias, 3-3-5, puts it through. Bankai just does just enough. Red Bull can't get the clearance. 6-3. Crown Champs have found a little something, and they're showing us a little something.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you didn't want to call it a comeback just yet, but I mean, they are climbing the ropes here, as we know from just looking at the stats from Crown Champions. They have been climbing their way up into this competition, and you know, I think this is a great example. They might not be able to finish it. I mean, 20 seconds, 3 goals, we'll see, but yeah, even still, it was a great turnaround. You know, they did not go out without a fight, and so we absolutely love seeing that out here.
Exactly right. And we're going to see Bankai now trying to get a little more going. The time was wasted just enough, and that'll close out the day for Crown Champs. Very decidedly by Red Bull, but Crown Champs had a lot of moments. They were even led in game 1, so it was not a stomp. It was a closer than what 6-3 might show you. Game 1 being a 1-point game, not much separating these two teams. Fantastic series, but Red Bull are going to go on right on to the finals.
Most definitely. I mean, this is not typically something you would see or expect from a number 1 and a number 5 seed facing off in a match. You know, you would typically think number 1 seed is just going to completely stomp it out, like you were saying, and that's not what happened. Crown Champions showed up, showed out, did their best, and they fought until the very end. So great performance by them, great sportsmanship by everybody out here, and congratulations to Red Bull as they move on further into today's tournament.
Yeah, and we'll have the finals coming up very shortly. Not much left in our day today, but we have the best saved for last, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
open eye. Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can
excuse me, welcome back. I had my mic muted. We are back here, Amateur Esports Association, Visible, here with Royal. And Royal, what's next on our slate for today?
Well, this is it, the championship. We have Red Bull Gives You Wings and Astral facing off to take the crown in this best of 5 here.
Yeah, best of 5 coming up. So we've seen the best of 3s today, and we've seen the back and forth that can entail. But when you get now to 5, or even sometimes we've seen 7 they've been, it's always fun to see how the teams respond to all the kinds of pressures and everything. So the pressure is on for both teams. And Astral, the 1 seed over there, Red Bull Wings, down 1 early on. They scored just off camera. So sorry we didn't get the whole breadth of that score. We're going to get this one, though, and it's just banged home there from Koriko. Red Bull Wings evened up. And just like that, the series resets.
Great response to the first goal there. Koro, just a nice touch, perfect angle, and that one's just gonna go in. So 4 minutes, 36 seconds on the clock. We got Koro and Entropy going for kickoff. Koro takes it. Spaz trying to get the follow-up, takes that corner. Koro with the touch, sends it center. Entropy is there. It's a long clear, and that might just be in. It's off the post, and there's the follow-up.
Beautifully done. Instantly answered there. Astral scored first. Red Bull answer. Now Astral answer. We have answers on answers the rest of the series. We've seen both these teams pop off. We saw Astral earlier with one of the best comebacks we've seen on one of our Rocket League streams here in the AEA. Red Bull Wings have been undefeated. They have not dropped a single game. They looked like they might have dropped that game number 1 in our semifinal series, but wound up winning that one too. So they're a team that just, when the pressure rises, they find a way to come out on top. Astral, though, it's an immovable object meeting an unstoppable force here.
Yep, as saying that, we got Koro sinking it in yet again, and that's gonna tie up the game once more. 2-2, 3 minutes, 54 seconds. Koro with a great follow-up, and the long shot on the open net is just gonna do it for them.
Beautifully done. Tied up. Are we at 4 minutes to go in game number 1? This is a series that could very well go the distance unless one of these teams really figures the other one out. We've seen both these teams kind of, as these series have aged, they've been getting better and better at reading their opponent and figuring stuff out. But let's see now what they can do. Spaz is going to try to center it up. It's in a little bit of a dangerous spot, but not for Squishy Melon, who's going to get a great clearance. And it has the speed. Does it have the right angle? It does. Squishy Melon with a great defensive score. Unbelievable there.
Yeah, great read by her, great touch. That one just going in, taking the lead back for Astral here.
And yeah, unbelievable. Astral really are, in a sense, the underdogs, I guess, just from our seeding. Someone has to be number 1, right? Someone has to be number 2. Astral have shown all day why they belong. Red Bull Wings, of course, have shown why they deserve that number 1 spot. Will be really interesting if Astral can take game number 1. We haven't seen Red Bull behind in a series yet. We've seen them behind in games before, and they've always come back. That's a double demo there, but the shot is off, and Astral are going to want that one back. That was a golden opportunity there, Royal. Oh my goodness.
No, it was. I mean, just because they have the lead doesn't mean they are comfortable yet. A 2-goal cushion would have been phenomenal for Astral, especially for not being the number 1 seed. I mean, it can be quite intimidating coming into championship against the undefeated team, which means they've already played this team at least once. So, you know, they know what they're about. Another shot by Entropy going in. There's that 2-goal cushion.
What happened here? It was Spaz had it. Oh, it's a little bit of a double commit they went for, and it wasn't a bad double commit, not like an ill-advised one, but it didn't work out, and Astral take advantage. Entropy was able to get the interception. And that's twice now from the Astral side of things that went from, one from Squishy there, one from Entropy, able to go instantly from a defensive play right to a shot on target. This pass isn't going to be very convincing there to get past Red Bull Wings. A little bit of danger here for Astral, but they're both back, both healthy with the boost, so things have kind of reset here.
Yep, it's we got Spaz falling back. Kuro taking over. Squishy on the attack, turning things around once again. We're just outside the net. Spaz left with little to no boost. Entropy with the touch, a little too much. Sending it to the other side. Kuro now taking possession, moving downfield. Entropy trying to go for that back pass. Nice little reset, something out here. Kuro was really sticking with him. There's the touch that's going to get the clear. Spaz falling back, trying to take control, and does. Great catch and control by him. A nice little dribble, sending it over to Kuro, and it's just wide. Squishy was there on defense, and the clear is happening. Entropy with the shot. What a save by Kuro.
It seems like Royal, the pressure right now is just dialed up by Astral. They're really not giving a lot of chance here for Red Bull Wings to do much. And you see, even then, they got the clearance there, Wings, but they didn't find any sort of momentum at all. Didn't find a way through. Got the ball through, but couldn't get the car follow up, any sort of follow up there. That being said, a nice dribble there, no boost though. Clearance here from Squishy. He's going to try to find an angle. Again, I just love the positioning here from Squishy, just going aggressive, not cycling back. You don't want a team that's playing too timid. Astral are here because they have upped their game all throughout the stream.
Yeah, most definitely. Another great save by Koros. He's just outside the net. 30 seconds to go. Not impossible, just kind of a tight pinch here. Entropy taken over. Getting past Koros. Spaz falling back. Kuro took Spaz's corner boost. Could be detrimental here. Kuro does take the challenge. Spaz with the follow-up. One touches. All he really has. Squishy with the turnaround. Gets the cut. Fakes out one. A great challenge by Spaz. Entropy now sticking with the ball. Kuro, great defense there. That drops down, and that gives Astral the win.
Astral taking game 1 of the Rocket League Open Championship here at the Amateur Esports Association. And number one, I've loved having Rocket League back. This is fantastic. We've had a couple Rocket League streams in the last couple years, but we haven't been heavy on Rocket League recently. So this is a great way to kick us off. Some fantastic, very high level game, especially for this age group. Astral, Red Bull Wings, moving on to game number 2 with Astral with a game advantage. So I'm not going to claim right now. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if we're going to go the distance, but Astral being the lower seeded team taking the win is a good sign for this game could go the distance. Series could go the distance, excuse me.
Most definitely could, and I'm excited to see what happens here. We are currently trying to fix game number 2, but I mean, hey, let's talk about what we expect out here. Now that both teams kind of got a feel for each other, Astral just took the win, okay? So what are you kind of expecting for game number 2, or what do you think is going to help Red Bull get their wings back?
I love that. So Red Bull, the games we've seen that they've been the best on stream, they've been the team that have played up on the other team's half. And that, to me, it wasn't really working for them in that game. So I don't know if they're going to need to reevaluate. Maybe we play a little more defensively. We let them kind of come in, play a more like a counter-attack centric focus. That is a totally viable strategy. Because right now it seems like Astral have sort of taken their sort of... this is a pun, forgive me. I'm going to steal your pun in a way. They've taken their wings a little bit, or at least taken the sail out from under them in that game number 1. And for the main, they didn't look bad, right? Wings did not look bad at all. It was just, it felt like the momentum was, and the speed and the aggression was on Astral's side. And maybe that is going to be the team that plays the most aggressive and the cleanest in that aggression might be the best, might come out on top.
Yeah, I like that you worded it like that, especially knowing that you are the underdog, you're the lower seed out here. I think, coming out with a lot of aggression is maybe typical. I don't know if that's safe to say, but definitely a good strategy for them. They really have to show up and show out here, and that's just looking at, the ranks and, the seeding and whatnot. Sometimes that really doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's just how the teams can put 2 and 2 together, quite literally, as we are in 2s.
We're in 2s. We're on to game number 2 shortly. Rocket League, every now and then it just decides, you know what, our lobby system, it's just not going to work. We're just going to give us, so if you could just give us a little bit of time, I think we're going to go really quickly to a very brief break. We'll be back, so don't go anywhere with game number 2.
Oh.
Welcome back, game number 2, best of 5 series. If you were just tuned in with us, Astral took the lead in 9 seconds in. Squishy Melon is going to get Astral another lead here, 1-0. So Astral in control. We'll see if Red Bull Wings can get some wind under their sails. To borrow once again your wonderful pun from just a little while ago.
Yes, we will see who comes out on top, flying high as we have a challenge mid-air. Squishy with the steal, turning things around. Spaz with the response, stopping the momentum just a little bit, and he's taken out with a demo, leaving it open for Entropy with no boost in the tank. Ball's back in the corner, Karo in possession, trying to get around Entropy. As he does fall back, Squishy comes in, a nice challenge, sends it just outside the net, and the second man is taken out with a demo.
Beautifully done, and it's just not quite enough there to get past. Here we go now, Spaz with a flip reset, beautifully done there. Not enough boost though, and this is actually a little bit dangerous. Kuroko gets picked off, but it's on their half. It's very dangerous indeed. Squishy with the score, 2 goals for her through the first minute of game number 2.
Squishy and her long shots, that might just be the trick for Astral to take the win, take the crown, take everything here. A 2-goal lead, 3 minutes 59 seconds to go. Another shot saved away by Spaz as he takes over. Squishy with the challenge, stopping the play there. Koro with the catch, taking it downfield. Entropy with the challenge, ball still on their side of the field. Squishy and Spaz with the challenge, ball is mid. Entropy with the follow-up, sends it to the corner. Falls off, but takes that corner boost. Koro falling off the ball himself, and Squishy on defense turns things around yet again.
Yes, exactly right. This has been, you know, it's a different position for a wonderful little demo there, but this has been a different position than we're used to for Red Bull Wings. They've trailed a little bit on stream, but not often. They have not dropped a game until that last game there that Astral took off them. So I don't want for them to be back by 2 games. I really think 2-0 in a best of 5 is really, really tough to turn it around. So we'll see if they can come back here. Beautiful dribble move, and that's going to be on target. The finish is there. The save is nearly there, but not enough. Entropy on the board for Astral.
Yeah, nice dribble by Entropy. 1 flick past the last man on defense, and 1 final touch up and over the defense there. A 3-goal lead. I mean, even with, let's just say, a 2-game cushion, you know, in the series, that is the start of a reverse sweep if, you know, this team takes game number 3. So it might look bad, it might hurt the confidence just a little bit, but it might also spark it up as, like, you know, adding that pressure. This is our last leg, our last chance, everything's on the line, and we see both these teams getting pretty physical out here. We saw a lot of demos and bumps coming from both players. You know, Karo taking Entropy off that one shot, but there's that Squishy yet again with a snipe straight into the net.
This was just a little bit of a mistimed dribble there by the Red Bull Wings player, and it was taken advantage of by Squishy. So Squishy with a hat trick in game number 2. This is not necessarily what we expected, right? We kind of expect that the top-seeded team to sort of lead the way a little bit. And Astro are showing that, you know what, the seeding doesn't matter. Once you get to the championship, it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness, is that a double demo here? We get the, let's see, we got the one demo. I think just the second one was a yeah, just blocks using her body, blocking off Toriko, delaying just enough. What a play by Squishy and a finish by Entropy.
Absolutely incredible performance by Astral here. I mean, we can clearly see they came to win, and they definitely are knocking Red Bull on their back wheels here, you know? Another shot by Spaz, saved away by Entropy. Koro with the follow-up, and a bicycle kick goes back to Spaz. Defense is still on it. Entropy over to Squishy, still taking the challenge. There's the first goal for Red Bull.
Wow, Red Bull right back in it. 2 minutes to go. This was just not like a pretty, fantastic, elegant, beautiful, whatever goal. This was just a hard-nosed, blue-collar goal. Just put nose down to the grindstone, gets it through, and maybe Red Bull Wings have to just get a little bit, demo happy, have to kind of muck the game up a little bit, because in the current structure right now, Astral have all the advantages in the world. They just look cleaner on the rotations, they look cleaner on the finishing, on the passing, everything kind of going Astral way. I think Red Bull Wings, maybe they just go for kind of blowing the plays up a little bit, getting a little bit messy.
Yeah, I kind of wonder what happened to Red Bull out here. I mean, they go from undefeated, not giving up any games. I was actually looking at the bracket, and they lost 0 games. It wasn't like a 2-1 or anything like that. It was 2-0 across the board, and they finally took a loss, you know, in game number 1, and now here we are, game number 2, and Koro's gonna close the gap a little bit, but they're still down by 3 in the last 64 seconds.
Yeah, still work to do, but once again, that's not a solo glory kind of shot. That's not going to make the highlight reel, but it's going to still equal 1 goal, just as if it was. So I like the way Red Bull Wings have adjusted here. I think they're sensing the desperation. And that the moment really isn't just coming. The moment's arrived. Let's see if they can arrive as well. Wanting to kind of restructure their attack here. Gets the boost. Forces it in. It's going to be off the post with the finish from Koro. Spaz sets it up. Koro puts it down. Red Bull Wings have 45 seconds to fight for their lives. Try to make this a closer series. Trying to avoid that 0-2 deficit. Let's see how they do.
Yep, 2 goals to go. Here we go. A demo on a kickoff. Spaz taken out. Entry going for the shot as it rolls down. He outplays himself. Sends it back. He's got to catch up to the ball and does. Sends it to the backboard. Koro on it. Great challenge. Keeping the ball in the corner. A nice turnaround past Entropy. Not past Squishy as she takes it downfield. Spaz falling back, trying to play Squishy. What she's going to do. Nice little touch as he takes possession. Entropy is there. Great steal, Karo off the ceiling, turns into a shot, and that's just in.
Beautifully done, and that might seal it there. That was just again just a nice goal. Nothing flashy. Both teams, kind of the flashiness has disappeared from most of these goals. It's gotten very scrappy, a lot of bump, demo heavy stuff. We usually expect that in the finals, so nothing out of the ordinary there. Squishy Melon getting 1. Not finding the follow-up for the 2, but the teammate is there. Entropy's just a little off. Koro gets the save. I think that'll do it there for game number 2, no matter what happens on this last little volley. Clock's at 0. We're just waiting for the last touch or last goal. There's the touch. Red Bull drops game number 2. Astral take it, commanding 2-0 series lead here at the Rocket League Open Championship. And looks like there might be a disconnection happening. We'll see. We had a little bit of a disconnection issue starting this game, so if we have to be a little bit patient, we will, because we're getting such good content here in the finals. Oh my goodness. Royal, what do you expect here? If you're, let's say, I'm putting you in the shoes right now of Red Bull Wings. You're the coach. What are you telling our team here, down 2-0 in the finals?
That's a great question here.
I just wanted to put you on the spot.
No, I love it here. But a lot of launches come from Squishy, you know, in the beginning of the game, mid-game as well. So those open nets are really killing it. I see a lot of double commits coming from Red Bull as well. So they need to touch up their communication, you know, call the ball. Are you taking it? Are you taking it? You know what I mean? So clearer communication, less double commits, one back on defense. We've seen Astral adjust their defense from their last series where Squishy was up a little too much, and so she started falling back, and she really held down that midfield. And once you control that midfield, the game is basically yours. So that's what Red Bull needs to do right here, right now, because we are on their last leg. This is game 3 of this best of 5. Astral with 2 games under their belt. Let's see what happens.
Exactly right. The kickoff is on. This is an elimination game for Red Bull Wings. They're fighting for their right to stay alive in this championship. Astral are trying to put them out here. Red Bull Wings, they have not dropped a game, as we've talked about, since this before this championship round. And Astral really kind of shocked us here on stream. Koroko, though, puts it through with a little bit of help from a little bit of late defending. Squishy not quite able to get a good clearance here. Koroko punches it through. And sometimes you don't have to be on target. Sometimes you just have to put it in an awkward enough spot for the other side not to be able to handle it.
Most definitely. I mean, like we were kind of talking about in some of the earlier series, it kind of turns into a numbers game, you know, at some point, where it's like one of them has to go in, so just keep applying that pressure. And as we see, Astral is doing exactly that, sticking with it. Entropy making sure that's going in. That's going to tie up the game. We are only 30 seconds in.
Kickoff now 1-1, and we knew Red Bull were not going to go out without some say, without some fight. They've had fight throughout this series, especially their second half of Game 2. Much better performance, and they know the pressure's on. I will say something about elimination games. The onus is on Astrals, on the eliminator, to do the eliminating. It's much, much harder to eliminate a good team like this too, who might have found something here. Not like a flashy play. I'm going to keep repeating that as it seems to be true, but just taking advantage of positioning and the mechanics come through nicely. Very simple mechanics, very easy mechanics to mess up, but nonetheless, Red Bull Wings coming up 1 here. Squishy has a great opportunity here. Oh, the flip reset doesn't quite go for them. It's the center, doesn't quite find anything there. We're going to get reset.
Yep, Spaz almost has the double. Koro has the follow-up, though, and that's going to extend the lead for Red Bull here.
Extending the lead, and as we started to kind of think that we had a handle on what this series was, all of a sudden, Red Bull Wings flip the script. And can they go undefeated the rest of the way to win the Open Championship today? I don't know. I'm not clairvoyant, but the one thing I can say, I can predict, is that the rest of the way is going to get dramatic. It's going to be very fun. These two teams are showing us some really high-level Rocket League, especially for those players at home who are watching. A lot of notes can be taken from the way these two teams play, especially the doubles. Doubles are not easy to play. It really isn't. It's not chaotic like threes are, but or threes is. Look at this play as I'm waffling. HF Spaz, what a play! Just sit and admire this off the wall. This is time, the practice tool coming to fruition. Following it up, doesn't quite find the next touch and doesn't really need to. First touch was that good.
Yeah, great touch by them. It's gonna put us at a 4. The time counts down. Still about 3 minutes remaining. We got Cobra losing the ball to Entropy as he turns, drop Squishy's taken out by a death. We're trying to capitalize, take the shot, but can't quite do it. Squishy did spawn back in the nick of time. Entropy now on defense, turn things around. Koro with the response. Squishy is there off the steal, bouncing away to the corner.
And it looks like our young co-caster there getting a little emotional over the state of this game, right? They're seeing so much a great Rocket League, especially at such a young age. And what a nice touch. Squishy Melon is on goal, and the game's not over. 2.5 minutes remain here. 4-2-2. Astral could come back. If they do come back, if they're able to make this comeback, as we've seen them on stream, one of the better comebacks we've seen earlier against EXO. This time, if they can do it against Red Bull Wings, they win the day. The save is there, but it's a little late and not quite enough. Spaz is going to put it through, wins the kickoff, has the wherewithal to put themselves in a nice position there. Doesn't even roll, just nice little touch. Back corner of the goal there. I almost said end zone as I've been watching too much football recently. Again, kickoff win there by Red Bull Wings, but they're going to decide to reset it. Let's see if Squishy Melon has it in her to pop it up and get anything going. Nothing there.
Yeah, we got Entropy with one touch, taking out Koro, leaving it for Squishy as the defense does challenge that right away. The shot was just off. Entropy trying to reset there, gets challenged. Spaz with the long clear. Squishy already back, grabbing that save as it bounces out. Spaz sends it center. Squishy's there. A little bit of an awkward touch, still able to get the catch. Gets past Koro. Entropy with the follow-up. Spaz on defense, sends it out. We're back in the corner of Team Astral here. Spaz up off the wall, looking for his teammate or something. Entropy with a great challenge, sends it to the other side, and Koro's going to take it back to his side for a reset.
Wonderful, wonderful exchange there. No goals happening, but that's when two high-level teams are able to attack, go back and defend. When it's duos especially, as you're attacking, you've got to be thinking about where you're going to land and how you're going to cycle back to defense. And sometimes just good defense is just better offense. So you're hoping to get the finish, but if you don't, you sometimes leave yourself up really to be quite vulnerable. It's not quite as bad as solos. Like solos, if you miss, or singles, if you miss a goal, you almost always give up a goal on the other end, depending on the skill level of the players. But high skill level here in the duos, you're seeing timid on offense from both sides, because of things like that right there. Korko just kind of snipes it, and on the interception is going to get the finish. Does the save doesn't quite save Astral there. And as I was talking about, a little bit timid in the midfield there were Astral and Korko. As we've seen several times, Korko's very good at those midfield interceptions straight into offense, and gets some great production there for Red Wings, who are in control of game number 3.
Woo, and another one goes in the Red Bull Foundings, and they are taken off with this game here. 7-2 and only 40 seconds remaining. Absolutely incredible turnaround by Red Bull here.
At this point, I don't know what to think. We had Astral, 2-0. Really, both the first games were pretty commandingly in favor of Astral. Outside of maybe the second half of Game 2, we really saw Red Bull Wings come alive. And they're riding that momentum through to this one. Astral haven't quite looked the same, but I think more than anything they're doing, Red Bull just look a lot different. I mean, they're faster on the attack. They're a lot more decisive. And we talked about this a little bit, Royal, and when you're trying to eliminate a team, it's easy to get timid. It's really hard to eliminate a team. You got to be perfect, because the other team's fighting for their life, and once again, fighting for their life is Koroko. One of the prettiest goal explosions I've ever seen. I've never seen that one yet until now. We've seen this a bunch of times on stream, because Koroko is scoring like a madman. 8-2. Game 3 looking like it's Red Bull Wings' favor.
Yeah, I wonder what they did to turn things around here. I know we had talked about, what they can change, but it almost seems kind of calculated that they lost the first 2 games. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but absolutely incredible turnaround here. A 9-2 game. How does that even happen?
My thoughts on that is I don't know if I trust myself to rise to the occasion enough to win 3 in a row. I would rather 3-0 the other team. But if Red Bull Wings decided that they were going to drop games, and that is insane. Quite frankly, an insane maneuver. But that I don't know if that would pay off. That would just be puts a lot of pressure on you. But as we saw, they're great under pressure. We're going to go on to game number 4, and just before we thought maybe the series is over, maybe we're not going to have a great banger finish. It's looking like we're going toward the longer end of the series. We're at least going to game 4, possibly game 5. Astral still up 2-1, but such a massive victory for Red Bull, and a lot of questions I think are being asked both by ourselves and by the spectators. Let's see how game number 4 pans out.
I mean, what a way to have a championship anyways, you know, the full length of the series, hopefully. But I mean, you know, at least a game 4 here. Super, super exciting things. Astral on the brink of victory and Red Bull on the brink of a comeback. So yeah, I'm super excited to see what happens here in this final match here. Not final match, but you know.
Yeah, we'll see here. 9-2. We're having a little bit of a delay, but you know, good things come to those who wait. And here we are. We've waited. We've done the waiting. We've done the watching. We got 1 or 2 watches left in us, I think. Great touch there from Entropy, but it's cleared by Koriko. Both these teams are at the top of their game. This is going to be a tough save, but they get it. Squishy, well composed. Now, though, out of boost. I'm a little worried about where Astral is at the moment.
Yeah, we shall see as things got physical out there. I mean, everyone battling for that corner boost there. Great bumps already. I mean, starting off strong. We have Spaz with the touch going center. Koro not ready for it. Squishy awkward, and that's going to be capitalized on.
Beautifully done. Nice centering. Squishy does try to get the save. Does about as good a job as you can do there, but Koriko is going to come through and have a finish there. 1-2-0. Red Bull Wings trying to force a game 5, trying to get this series to go the distance, and we knew these teams were easily matched. We were a little bit surprised when if either side would have gone up 2-0. Astral did. Storyline now is Red Bull have the momentum. Squishy though misses the touch, but you know what? If you miss it and your teammate finishes, what we call that is a fake. So it's a tactical fake here by Squishy, not a miss into an entry finish.
Exactly, you get it. That was calculated. Great team play by Astral. That's gonna tie up the game. Still, not even a full minute in. We have our third kickoff going to the wall. Squishy with the touch, sending it down a field. Spaz with the response, turning things around. Entropy falling back. Koro going for the net, and then Entropy getting in the way.
Beautifully done. Centering it now. You know what? I did not think that was going to score, but Koriko kind of gets a little bit of a sneaky one through there. Comes off the wall, a little touch, not the touch they would have wanted. I don't think that's what Koriko was aiming for, but you can't argue with it. You get the goal. You get potentially a win off that goal. I don't really see this one as going. You know, I don't think both teams are going to score more than 5. That's just my prediction. I think the defenses are about to tighten up. But every time I've made a prediction on stream, it's almost always gone the opposite way. The classic caster curse. So we'll see if that holds true here. Centered up, dangerous spot, great elimination there. Demo, rather, by Squishy Melon. Tries to dribble through, can't quite get it. Centering in the middle of the pitch right now. Entropy has a chance, but not a lot of boost. Looking for the waterfall, misjudges it a little bit. Always hard to judge those waterfalls. Centering it up now, or trying to get it rather uncentering off into their corner. Nice ball. This one's on. I cannot believe that was on. Fantastic pass here from Koriko, just right by the defender. And Spaz, that's a hard finish. That is not an easy finish. It's very easy to mess up there. Red Bull Wings 3-1 right now, commanding lead.
Read by Spaz there to finish that play. Here we have our next kickoff. Entropy with the touch, sending it to the wall, lays the bounce, trying to get past Koro. And he does, just for a little bit. Got a touch off at the backboard, and ball is going right towards Squishy. She pops it up Trying to see what she does here. Gets past. It's a shot and it's just wide. Not quite the angle she needed there. A great demo. Takes out Spaz, leaving an opportunity for Entropy to do a little something here. Koro holding it down the fort as they send it to the other side. Squishy on the attack. Koro almost got in the way. Entropy now closing the gap a little bit.
Closing it up just a bit, and Entropy haven't seen a score from them for a little bit of game time. The way their team is kind of structured, Squishy does a lot of the setup, Entropy does a lot of the capping off of the plays. 3-2. Half of this game is done, and so far Red Bull Wings with a slight advantage, but I'm seeing a little bit more stuff that I like out of Astral, as this is almost a convincing play here. Az is going to handle it though. Well done. Attacking now. Tries to put it top. Bins just off the crossbar. Is Spaz. It's a hit. Korko gets a nice touch. Saves a goal there almost assuredly. And right now Red Bull Wings are on the back foot. On the back wheel rather. Squishy Melon going to try to center it up. No boost. But Entropy's going to try to finish it. What a finish! That is one of the best shots we will see today. Angles the car, an extreme angle, upside down, nice little kiss right off the front bumper, bottom left bins. We're tied up with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Great way to tie up this series, am I right? We have our next kickoff getting turned around by Entropy. It's a shot saved away by Spaz. Ball going over to Squishy from the corner, going around almost center. Koro is on it. Entropy is up with one touch. It's going back center. Squishy isn't there, but Spaz is. Entropy with a great follow-up touch. And another one. It's him in the net. And Spaz back in the nick of time. Gets the ball to the corner. Entropy now back on the ball. Pushes it center. And again, Squishy is just not there. Defense doing their best. Taking it back towards mid. Squishy with the turnaround. Spaz is back getting that read. It could be set up, and it's not. Spaz, great touch.
Back and forth we go. I'm really inspired by these teams. They're just, it seems like when we think one is down and out, the other one just comes roaring back. And it's not like there's been a lot of, miscommunication, blown up plays, sloppy play. It's been very clean. About as clean as duos can be. It can get a little scrappy in duos. It can look a little bit messy. Just like that does look a little bit messy there as I'm talking about it. Entropy looking like they want the series to end here and now. I don't think Astral want to go to a game 5. Entropy bangs it home. 43 seconds, Royal. We're down to the last 43 seconds possibly that Red Bull Wings have to make the argument that they're the best team here today. We'll see what they can say here in the last 37 seconds.
Yes, this would be absolutely incredible for Astral here. I mean, taking out the undefeated team. Now they have a 2-goal cushion, leaving only 32 seconds on the clock. Astral has most definitely turned things around here, and they are coming back to finish this series strong. They did not let that last game or the game before, really hurt their confidence too much, as we clearly see that they are still in it and they are still fighting. Another shot incoming. Would have been in had it just been a couple more inches to the right. We now have a small double commit on defense. Could be bad. Spaz is there. Entropy with the turnaround. Koro now in possession. Taking that corner boost. Going for the air dribble. We got 10 seconds to go.
And what a great series it has been. 3-5 is the score in favor of Astral. It is a nice touch there from Entropy. And to cap off the win, to cap off the championship, it is a good defensive play here, once again by Squishy Melon, and once again a finish from Entropy, who have risen to the top. The cream rises to the top, and they are the top of our series today. Red Bull Wings had a great performance every time we saw them, every time we didn't see them, but Astral, we can't say enough about their performance here on stream. Squishy Melon, look at just the ball touches there, just all over the place, just getting really was kind of the workhorse for their team, did a lot of the things that don't show up on the scoreboard. And Entropy, 6 goals to their name. We can't talk about 6 goals. I mean, what more do you want? Championship elimination game, you put 6 goals up, you get a victory.
Most definitely. I mean, it was a great, great series through and through. Top tier performances by both teams. So GG's to both of them. But congratulations to our crowned winners, Astral.
Yeah, Astral, great performance there. I'm just so happy Rocket League is back on stream. I love casting it. Have had a great time casting here with you today, Royal. This has been Royal. This has been Fizzable. This has been the Amateur Esports Association Open Rocket League Championship. Congrats to Astral. Congrats to all our players. Thank you all for stopping by. It's been just a fantastic stream. Thank you all in the chat for encouraging our players. It's been a great series today. Royal, do you have any thoughts you want to kind of send us off with?
Yeah, I just want to give a big thank you to everybody, not only, the supporters who came out to watch their favorite teams, players, casters, coming to support the league, whoever. We appreciate it, and I want to give a big thank you to the production and everybody in staff at the AEA who put this whole thing together, whether it was last minute or not. We all worked together, and we had a great, great tournament today. Thank you so much to everybody for having me out here. It was a lot of fun, so big shout out to all the teams as well. You all did amazing, put on a great show for us to enjoy. I appreciate that as well. Thank you so much to everybody, and you all have the greatest rest of your day today.
Have a great weekend, y'all. We'll see you next week here at the AEA.